Hi, Jeremy Cordeaux in the Court of Public Opinion. I'm just on air here to let you know that we'll be live streaming the Court of Public Opinion every Friday between 9 o'clock and 12 on jeremycordeaux.com. Please join us. We'd love to have you.
Callum, there's two kinds of people in this world, aren't there? There's your early birds and your night owls.
Yeah, it can really be separated, can't it?
Yeah, truly. Now, I would consider myself a night owl, which doesn't entirely suit working on a brekkie show. But it does mean I do get pretty sleepy in the afternoons. What do you reckon you are?
Oh, night owl for sure.
Yeah, night owl,
that first 6 months of breakfast, when we got the breakfast gig. I don't know.
I couldn't make it to 3 o'clock.
It was literally, we would finish the show, go home, and every day I would nap at about 3. It really took it out of me. Yeah. So I've only just gotten used to it, to be honest.
It was like I was heading into retirement, how early I was taking naps.
Just parents walking in, seeing on a recliner, legs up, passed out. It really was retirement home vibes, having your meals around 5 p.m.
But I'm a really good sleeper. Like, if sleeping was an Olympic sport, I'd hold multiple gold medals. I would be like the Stephen Bradbury of sleeping, but it wouldn't be a fluke.
It'd be very intentional. Yeah, those people that can just sleep standing up or in any position,
See,
crazy.
I reckon I could fall asleep standing up. I nearly have fallen asleep in the shower once standing up. I could fall asleep absolutely anywhere. There was a time we went to New Zealand together. I slept through an earthquake that you said was pretty mental.
It was pretty bad. I've never experienced an earthquake before, and one of those New Zealand ones that rocked the bed a little bit, and I looked over and you were dead asleep.
But I am going to open up the phones in a minute to find out where you've had a kip, Adelaide.
When did you sleep last night?
Because we were recently told a bit of a story about this real estate agent here in Adelaide.
Yeah.
And we won't name any names or any businesses or anything, but he fell asleep in a pretty precarious situation.
Yeah, he was doing an open house, and I guess as a real estate agent, you set up everything before, you get everything ready, you make sure the house is all nice before, the open house and all the people start, going through.
And it's a big day, isn't it, doing an open house? Like, it's a good few hours out of your day where you're just showing around people in this house. So you have to be prepared. You have to make sure, you've had a good night's rest, you've eaten properly.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure from what I know about this guy that he went out the night before and he had a big one, and then he was playing catch up the next day, sets up the house, and then apparently he ordered delivery food. He got a AB, which really does scream as well that he definitely had a big night.
And
the
also
one before.
A classic meal that has quite the pungent smell to it.
Definitely.
That garlic is going to be sticking to the walls.
Literally. But the story goes, apparently he's left the door unlocked for the open house. Everyone's got the set times. All the people start walking through. Man's fallen asleep on the recliner, legs up, AB in lap, tzatziki and barbecue sauce on the face, and he's asleep. This is the man that's meant to be selling you the house. I guess really he is doing a testament to how comfy the house is and how, settling it is that you could just fall asleep there at any time.
You could fall asleep in your bed or in the recliner. But we do want to open up the phone lines here, Adelaide. Where did you fall asleep? Was it on a walk back on a night out in town? Was it in a complete stranger's house? It could be absolutely anywhere. We want to find out. So many people are getting involved at the moment.
Yeah, we've got a few on the text line. Someone here said, I've fallen asleep in various places. My wife used to get mad at me, even doing the deed, and she'd be like, are you snoring?
Oh, God.
Lucky girl.
Another text in here. Fell asleep in a bush outside of childcare in Marion. Woke up to the sunrise, walked to the Marion shops, caught the M44 back to my place in Golden Grove.
Jeez.
Happy days.
The next morning bus is already grueling enough, let alone that you slept in a bush.
Yeah, no, it's not a great place to fall asleep. Hey, we've got Red from Aldinga on the line. Red, good morning, mate. Where'd you fall asleep?
Hey, boys. Yeah. Used to work in Roxby, and on the last night shift, we'd take it pretty easy, try to get a nap in.
Yeah.
So I'd go to the old boneyard back there in the utes and have a nap in the tray.
I think that does sound insane, but both me and Tom's eyes lit up. What is the boneyard?
was just where the old utes were, because the water's pretty salty up there, so the utes just come to die pretty much. And
Right.
yeah, there was heaps of places to have a nap. So it was a bit of a game between me and the boss. He always threatened if he caught me, I'd be in trouble. But he walked past me one night and never saw me.
So it's not called the Boneyard because you had some company in the back of the ute.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Set up a swag.
Good on you, Red. Hey, let's go to Sarah in Flagstaff Hills. Sarah, good morning. Where did you fall asleep?
Good morning. I actually fell asleep in my Pilates class.
Pilates? Jeez, that's pretty tough too, Pilates. How'd you manage to fall
Yeah,
asleep?
reformer Pilates, yeah.
Because I was going to say that Pilates really, it blew my mind when someone said Pilates isn't the same as yoga, and it's actually quite intense.
Yeah, it is pretty intense. Did anyone wake you up, Sarah, or did you just sleep through the class and they got you at the end?
Yeah, no, they found me and woke me up gently. They were very polite.
That's one you want.
Embarrassing.
That's one you want your money back, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're falling asleep in Pilates,
Yeah,
you're like,
definitely.
the instructor's not doing it right.
Good on you, Sarah. Hey, we've got Faith also in Flagstaff Hill. Faith, where'd you fall asleep?
Hi, you guys.
Hey.
I fell asleep on a horse.
On a horse?
Wow. Was this a?
Jeez.
Is it
Smooth ride?
Is it your horse, or was it one of those tours that you pay to do?
No. So I used to work with racehorses, and we used to start at 4:30 in the morning, but we used to get in from the club at 2:30.
Jeez.
So by the time you'd ridden your fifth horse, they just used to walk round in a ring. And, yeah, I just fell asleep while I was just walking round on the horse.
Jeez.
Quite a nice motor to fall asleep, yeah.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
for long, but fell asleep on a horse.
How many times have you fallen asleep on a horse?
There was a few times.
There's a few. Oh, good
There was
on
a
you,
few
Faith.
times, yeah.
I wish I could fall asleep on a horse. That sounds like instead of playing rain sounds at night
Yeah.
over my speaker, I could just have a horse.
I'd feel pretty comforted, to be fair. I'd be like, yeah, the horse knows what it's doing. It'll
Yeah.
just trot around for a little bit, shake me off when it needs.
Hey, Phoenix in Blair Athol, let's wrap it up. Where'd you fall asleep?
Alrighty. So it was about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
I was $20 short of my taxi.
Yeah.
Got out, I was walking home, saw a little park and a human-sized dome hammock.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
took a nap and woke up the next morning at 8:30 to an Ulster worker telling me I was in a primary school and that I needed to get out.
Wow. Jeez.
So you've spotted the hammock on your walk home and decided this would be a good spot for a little kip, and it was a primary school.
It was a primary school, but I guarantee you, if you saw that hammock, it looked like a sleeping beauty, and I
Yeah.
was a sleeping beauty.
I mean, Phoenix, was it a school day or was it the weekend? Was there kids
this was in
inbound soon?
holiday, so
Okay.
it was holiday care, and that's why the Ulster worker
Right.
came and, woke me up from my days and said, there's going to be some kids here in about 10 minutes, you need to get out.
At least it was a Osh worker and not a couple kids like poking you with a stick or something.
Yeah. Is he dead? Tom, if you were a mouse and someone were to try and trap you, what would the equivalent of cheese be?
For me personally,
yeah.
oh geez, pub sesh.
Literally.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say for myself. And someone tried to entice me with that.
Better not be broadcasting that. Start getting messages. Hey, come to this unknown address
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
pub sesh. Yeah, no worries. I'll
Might
be
have
there.
to sniff it out.
Yeah. Give me
now,
10.
Now people know our kryptonite. If it wasn't addressed already on the show, that we do like to socialise and, head out to the pub. But someone has used that against me to get me to do something I didn't realise. So I'm moving in, hopefully with a friend, tomorrow, into her rental property.
Yep.
And she pretty much sent me a message saying, hey, do you want to come over for drinks?
Oh yeah.
And do you want to
housewarming sort of vibe?
Oh, a little bit. Like, I'm not in there properly yet. I still have to do the application and everything, but
Yeah.
and have it processed. But she said, let's go to the pub, let's do drinks. And this was on Monday. And I thought, yeah, great. Like, I'm in the city anyway. It's pretty close. I'll just
Yeah.
walk down and do that.
Easy.
I get there, and in the meantime, she's also tried to entice me in the messages, weirdly.
Okay.
We are just friends, but she's thrown a few X's in the messages. She's been like, come over for drinks, XX. And I was like, this is bizarrely odd.
Why is that odd?
Well, it's odd for her. It's
Is
odd for
it?
her. Yeah, 100%.
I don't think so.
She's the type of girl that if you went to hug her, she would punch you in the stomach and tell you to F off. And I've tried to send X's to her before as well, and once again has told me to F off.
See,
so the
every
X's
time
are bizarre.
I've fallen into messaging Tamara, there's been X's and O's.
Yeah, well, it's a different relationship.
It's just
then.
It's just friendly towards me.
She's
never tried to punch me in the stomach whenever I've hugged her.
Don't trust her. I don't trust her one bit. The X's are a strategy. 100%.
Every time she's asked me to go to the pub, it's been the pub.
But I've gone there. I've gone to the house, right? She's
Yeah.
not even home.
Right,
One.
okay.
She's not even home. One, her roommate's home. So I just have small talk with her roommate while I sat in the lounge room waiting for her to come home. And then eventually, about half an hour, she strolls through.
Half an hour?
Half an hour later, I had to wait there.
Yeah, right. Were you early or?
No, I was on dead time, according
Yeah.
to the messages with the X's.
Yeah.
Once again, lured me in. But I'm sitting there, and pretty well, she strolls on through, and she says, "Hey, I invited you under false pretenses. I should let you know
Right.
that." And I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "I would really like you to come to Bunnings and get some plants." I was like, "All right." And then she's like, "Then we'll plant them. And then also we'll do some hedge trimming. And then we'll cut the vines out the back. Oh, and you see those leaves out there? Those kilos upon kilos of leaves? We have to clean that up." So I've been invited over for labour.
Yeah, right. Okay.
With no sign
So
of a
just-
drink apart from the Solo that was in the fridge that I had to drink out of thirst because I did so much labour in the sun.
She's
hedge
come
trimming.
out and made you lemonade.
Yeah. This isn't the pub.
What in her thought that you would be a good gardener as well? Like, have you ever expressed any interest in gardening before?
I've never said anything about gardening. I think it's just because I'm moving in there that she,
Yeah.
expects the fruits of my labour. But yeah, so did that, and I'd have to say the circumstance ended with a hell of a lot of mozzie bites.
Oh no.
Sweat. Sweat.
Dirt.
Tears.
Tears.
Blood.
Yeah, a little bit of blood.
Yeah, just a little bit. Nothing crazy.
No,
but,
no.
Yeah, just a,
Chipped a fingernail.
Yeah, just a little bit. Not a bit too much blood though. But and no sign of the pub at all. Just
Didn't even go to the pub
Didn't
after?
even go to the pub. She lured me in, like I said, a mouse to cheese, and I haven't seen her since.
Have you even heard from her?
Who knows if the application's gone through? It's probably all a ruse to do her gardening. I'm not even moving in.
You're back there next week.
Yeah. Tom, getting married is a huge commitment to somebody, and it's probably the moment you choose to be a part of someone else's dumb decisions. Maybe-
Yeah. They become your dumb decisions.
Yeah, exactly right. You're by association, by the bound of marriage that,
It's like being an accomplice to a crime.
Exactly right.
You're there. You're
Yeah.
a part of this now.
When people judge your husband or your wife, you're
They're
attached,
judging both of you.
You're attached to that.
Yeah.
So, you have to be pretty on the ball to make sure things don't go too astray.
Yeah, or stay indoors.
Yeah, but this has happened to one of our mates, Pete. He's getting married soon, and he had his Bucks show on the weekend. But he's probably made one of the stupidest decisions that if I were his fiance, I would look at him and be like, "Geez,
What have I done?
yeah, this is."
God.
This guy is a maniac.
Yeah, right. What's he done?
So he's done his impromptu Bucks night. A bunch of his mates have invited him out, and they've gone out for drinks. They've gone out to town, done the usual stuff.
Yeah.
And then they've gone back to his place for a few more drinks at night time.
Afters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly right. And he has thought, geez, I want to flex my juggling skills. The man I've never known to have juggled ever.
I didn't realise he could juggle either.
He
no.
doesn't seem like a guy that would juggle or sit down to learn how to juggle either.
Nah.
You look at some people, you're like, I can't juggle.
No.
I just don't think.
I've tried to juggle.
I mean,
I can't do it.
Two people in this world, jugglers and non-jugglers, and you can sort of tell who is and who isn't.
Yeah.
But he's definitely not one that I would say is that skillful at it, I'd assume. But he's tried to juggle some knives.
Knives?
So he's hopped in the kitchen, grabbed a bunch of butcher's knives, and he's thought, geez, yeah, I'll give this a go. I'll try juggling them.
What the hell? What are they, have they got the covers on them or anything?
Nah, pure blade.
Jesus.
At this point as well, because I
What
called
are
him
his
up.
mates doing?
at
The afters. Who's allowed this to go on?
Yeah. Who are you associating
Surely someone's
with?
there like, don't do it, mate.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Use some hacky sacks instead.
I feel like it would be one of those cases that there'd be a lot of people saying don't do it, but a lot of people would want to see it. You'd be at that point where you think, yeah, I kind of want to see what happens here if he can pull it off. But he has gone and done it and copped one of the knives in the stomach. And
oh my God.
not a terrible cut. Like, it's fairly small, but it's reasonably deep. But I was on the phone to him, and he didn't elaborate too much. So I wanted to, in the vein of talking about dumb things your partners do, wanted to talk to his soon-to-be wife, Christine, and get the goss on what actually happened.
Here's how it went.
Now, Christine, we were talking about, it's probably one of the stupid things one of your partners could do. Your hubby, Pete, he was juggling some knives and accidentally copped one to the stomach, but there was something a little bit more outrageous that he did afterwards when that happened. Can you explain?
When he was juggling the knife, obviously he didn't catch it. He was also sitting down when he did it. Then he proceeded to wanted to see how deep it was, so he grabbed his car keys and decided to stick that in there.
Jeez.
Chris,
invitation.
hey, Christine, I mean, we've got to rewind a little bit to the juggling knives. What was going through it? Why was he juggling knives in the first place?
I don't know.
They just wanted to revisit the old days of doing clown college, you know, try the juggling.
Absolutely.
I think it's crazy, Christine, because I vaguely heard about this story, but I think one of the more interesting aspects, even beside the trying to see how deep it is with the keys, the fact that he was sitting down. He didn't want to stand up. I feel like sitting down is a big warning sign for when you're juggling knives. It can't go well.
Yeah, I know. You wouldn't have much balance in that. I was literally asleep when this happened.
What is going through his mind?
I don't know.
Was it deep?
It was a couple of mil deep, actually. It was fairly deep.
Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah. But by the time I'd actually woken up, it was too late to really do much about it. It's still open, though.
Yeah.
Oh, he hasn't got it stitched up.
No, it won't do the doctors.
Thank you so much for your time this morning and for sharing that, well, I wouldn't say incredible story, but that story.
You're more than welcome.
Yeah, so that's coming from the fiancée there. She doesn't even know what's going on.
I think one of the craziest parts of that as well, the bit where she says it's still open, the wound is still open. The man is going around like a zombie with his flesh hanging out, still going to work everyday job.
No white t-shirts. Hey? We want to open up the phone lines here, Adelaide. What dumb thing did your partner do? I don't think there's anyone that can top that now.
I'd like to see someone top it. I mean, you know, there's plenty of dumb things. Someone would do on a bucks
There's
night.
like 15 dumb things going on in just that one blanket dumb thing of
100%.
juggling knives. We got Hayden from Adelaide on the line. Hayden, mate, good morning. How are you? Oh, we've lost Hayden.
Hayden's gone. Jeez.
Yes, well, Hayden basically was saying, asking the same questions over and over and over.
Yeah, okay, interesting. Different vein to getting a knife in the stomach. I feel like I feel like out of the two, I would rather, marry Hayden's situation.
Yeah, no, not great. Hey, we've also got May from Kilburn on the line. May, what dumb things does your partner do?
Hey guys, this isn't what dumb things they do, but it's something dumb he said that I've never gotten over.
Yeah, okay.
So, we were looking up, having a romantic moment, looking up at the sky, and he said, wow, there's so much we don't know about the universe, like where the stars go during the day.
What?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you tell him?
I just, walked away.
Yeah, you walked away.
You didn't come up with some elaborate lie?
Yeah. Looking back, I should have, but no, I just couldn't deal with his dumbness.
They all hitch a ride, go on the other side of the moon and, hide around there for a little bit. Yeah, okay. I was not the astronomy expert or anything.
Does he still not know what happens to stars during the daytime?
I think he might have Googled it, but no, I'm not with him for his brains, I can tell you that.
I would love the idea of him Googling it and looking at the simple answer and being like, crap. Just knowing you really ruined that romantic situation. You could have had it all. Hey, just keep your mouth shut.
Yesterday, I issued you a little bit of homework on the show, and it was off this article from the website Catster.
Yeah.
And this is a website all about cats. It tells you what is good cat food, I guess. And there's different articles about cat behaviour. And there's a whole section just dedicated to kittens as well.
Right, yeah, it just seems like a whole website, all cat dedicated, how to look after them, just a bit of a cat hub.
Yeah, Cat Hub, exactly right. That's what Catster's all about.
Yeah.
And I found this article in the cat behaviour section. what is a cat's IQ, vet-approved facts, and how to test feline intelligence.
Yes.
And basically, they go into the article and say there's no real way to test a cat's IQ like a human because they can't answer a lot of the questions. But there is a way to test a little bit of their intelligence by grabbing their favourite toy and a cardboard box. And what you got to do is show them their favourite toy and then hide it either behind the box or under the box.
Yep.
Now, if they go looking for the toy, that means they have a basic understanding and they have the intelligence of a 1 to 2 year old child. Other cats may not understand where the toy has gone after it disappeared. And then there are the other cats that might just completely forgot you even showed them the toy in the first place once you hide it. And they're the duds.
The bottom end cat.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the homework I gave you, because you have 2 cats, and you definitely favour one of your cats. You have cats Walter and Jessie, right?
Yep. Definitely favour Walter.
Yeah.
I did say to you before that Jessie, my money would be on Jessie to win. He's the smarter cat for sure.
You poke fun at Jessie all the time. I said I wanted to be Team Jessie, and then as we got on air, you took Team Jessie, so I got stuck with Walter, the cat I don't care for.
I told you that Walter has other perks in his intelligence.
I don't care about his perks.
He's more emotionally intelligent as a cat. The other one, is Jessie. He's probably more smart in this sort of category.
Jessie's like the freedom fighter of your 2 cats. He's standing up for what's right for cats, where Walter just seems like he's just like not a care in the world.
He's really
sits around, does nothing.
He's really docile for sure.
That's one way of putting it.
He's the hippie of the 2 for sure. But it is funny that when we did that segment yesterday, because I thought it was just a bit stupid and I couldn't really be bothered doing the experiment, to be honest.
Oh, right. So did you do the homework I gave you?
I did do it, but
Okay.
I just thought it was funny that a lot of people, my parents even said, "Oh, when are you doing the experiment? Well, I want to see what happens." I was like, "Why do people care that much?" Then I got a message from Steph, who's covering Drive here at Fresh for a little bit. She messaged me and she's like, "Oh, so what happened with the cats?" So people are on the edge of their seats to find out.
I'm on the edge.
If this experiment actually works. Now, I will say there are a few scientific outliers to say that maybe the results were a bit skewed. The temperature was hot, so the cats are just generally a bit lazier. Yeah,
It was very hot yesterday.
It was hot. So
Hottest capital city in the world yesterday here in Adelaide, 41.2 degrees.
That's it. So you have to keep that in mind. So I did the experiment, grabbed the toy, shook it in front of them, put it under the box. Mm-hmm. Now, my scientific discoveries said that they both looked at the box. They both circled it like sharks for a bit. They both looked around the box.
So you tested them at the same time?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So they both looked at it at the same time, and they both literally circled the box to see if the toy was under there. So that proves that, I guess they have a bit of an inkling.
Yeah.
Jessie stayed around the box for longer. Walter gave up. Walter kind of just walked off after a while, didn't really care. Jessie put in a few more minutes, but eventually didn't care either. None of them tried to get it out.
Yeah, Walter had some catnip he had to get to. Callum,
yes,
we love to talk about the weather a little bit, you and I.
Yeah.
It's pretty mundane chat, but whenever you do start talking about it, it is weirdly interesting.
Yeah, it really crosses that line. It tiptoes between boring elevated chat to, wow, this is really interesting. I would bring it up at a dinner party.
Yeah, absolutely. And some interesting facts about yesterday's weather. I mean, we hit 41.2 degrees Celsius, which is the hottest day in the city since January 24th, 2021.
Yeah, right. Big gap.
Yeah, and we were the hottest major city on the planet yesterday.
That's nuts, because that stat, because we have copped that before.
2014
Adelaide.
was the last time with the hottest capital city in the world.
Right, so 2014 and now, and it really blows my mind, because you do think, what about your Dubais and stuff that are surely hotter, more regularly throughout the year, but I had a look before. Dubai yesterday was only 26 degrees.
Yeah, right.
So, yeah, a few lies over there. Making the illusion that you're always in the scorching hot. It's pretty temperate, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. But yes, yesterday, so hot, 41.2 degrees. And here at Fresh, there were a lot of people that straight up just didn't come to work.
Yeah.
Right?
Honestly,
bit of a skeleton crew.
It started off with a lot of people not coming, and then it proceeded to a lot of people leaving.
Yeah, leaving very early yesterday. The two of us were two of the last people to leave this office.
Yeah, absolute troopers.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
working hard, not like we're doing nothing and just hanging around.
on beanbags. And it's funny as well because a few people left earlier than us, Tom, and I did exclaim, I was like, what the hell? We're in an air-conditioned building. It's not the worst thing in the world. You have all the tradies out there. On the work side, it's a hell of a lot hotter, so just bear through it. But yes, we did have a few people leaving the studio here.
So what I want to do here is open up the text line 0428 927 927 and find out, was there anyone else that just didn't go to work yesterday?
Yeah, did you not go to work? Did you clock off early? What happened?
Did you pull a sickie? Did you just end up saying, you know what, I'm not going in. I'm gonna take some annual leave today?
Because there was a bit of a crew yesterday that at around 1 p.m. or so thought, hey, let's go to the pub for lunch.
Yeah.
And
after that, that's when it dwindled off after the pub.
It's a game changer, isn't it? Once you go to the pub halfway through work, I think
tough to go back.
It really is tough to go back. And, we fell into that trap as well a little bit.
Yeah,
as much as we do claim we are troopers, and we are,
yeah,
we held out longer than most people. The pub really took a knocking to us.
I was in a bit of a food coma when we got back, to be honest. That's why I didn't leave straight away.
You can't do too much.
Had to let it settle.
That's why I gave off the illusion that I was still working late hours. I was just trying to process my meal.
I would have been dangerous on the roads driving home. I was too sleepy.
It was for the safety of others that I stayed at work.
Did anyone else just not go to work yesterday?
Tom, we got this text here. If you go home early and you work in an air-conditioned workspace, you are weak.
Yeah, hit the nail on the head there.
Obviously, they haven't considered the fly epidemic that's going on in the station here.
Someone else has texted in here. Our air conditioner broke, so our boss let us call it a day. He's resigned and gone in a week, so he couldn't care less. It was a great day to be me.
Hey, sounds like a loose boss, doesn't it?
Yeah, you'd hope they're sticking around, not resigning.
Sounds like a trooper you'd want to keep on. This one here, yesterday is a prime example of why I bank up so much sick leave. Hung out poolside all day.
Not
very
bad.
Nice.
Yeah,
very nice.
Very jealous here. Hey, somebody else has texted in here. Heat doesn't mean anything. Just get out on the site earlier. 5 a.m. start, you'll be fine. End with a beer. Lol.
Yeah, fair enough. If you need to do the work earlier, just get out there. This one here as well. I set timed emails. This one seems a bit strategic. I sent timed emails so they'd send throughout the day, so it looked like I was doing work and working hard. Then called the boss, said I had car troubles because of the heat, and drove straight to the beach.
Jeez, that's a real MacGyver move. Hey, Callum. I've just got a text come through. I don't know if you've seen this, but someone has texted in admitting to their woes, their troubles, the plum that you said was left in the studio. The text has come in of who's left the plum.
Yeah.
Do you want to read it out? Do you want to do the honours?
I'll get it up. Hang on, I closed it.
It was from Davo. Davo left the plum.
Jeez, Davo's the plum bandit. She was here last week. No wonder it's rotten. No wonder it's leaving the flies around.
Hi, Jeremy Cordeaux in the Court of Public Opinion. I'm just on air here to let you know that we'll be live streaming the Court of Public Opinion every Friday between 9 o'clock and 12 on jeremycordeaux.com. Please join us. We'd love to have you.